Hey, you guys. What's up? It's Ali, your favorite eccentric SLO-mad. How are you guys doing today? Y'all, today we talking about, have you ever wondered if it's too late for you to travel? So this is going to be a quickie. I'm going to run through a couple of questions. I just want to see. I want y'all to get in my comments and let me know if this is you. Are you a person who's looking at what's happening in the world, specifically in the United States, and saying to yourself, wait a minute, I want to go, somebody take me, Ali, bring me with you. And then you sit for 5 minutes after we've stopped talking or you stop seeing my face, and reality kicks in. You're like, well, wait a minute, I'm too old. I can't go. Like, I see all these kids on YouTube and TikTok, and they're doing all this stuff. I don't want to do all that. I don't want to like be twerking to make my life, make ends meet, and figure out if I'm gonna survive. And I just don't want to do all of that. But I want to go. Is it too late? Is it too late for me? So y'all, I'm the queen of. Is it ever too late for anything? Listen, if you could be 50 and start a rap career, it's never too late to travel. So do you ever ask, if you find yourself asking these types of questions, hold on, let me go through my list, because y'all know I got short term. I'm not going to remember these word for word. Number one, am I too old to start traveling solo? Because that's the other thing. I ain't got nobody to go with. Who am I going to go with? Ali, you going to meet me somewhere? Now listen, for the right price, I will meet you. I've had people ask me that before. Hey, I'm going to be going to such and such. Will you be there? And maybe I won't. But hey, if you want a guide, if you want my onboarding services, relocation services, and it's a place that I am very familiar with, which is most places that I've been to, like I can navigate 51 countries I've been to. I could go back and navigate them all pretty easily. Whether I've spent 2 weeks, 2 months, a month, 6 months, year in these places, right? So no, if you can walk, if you can breathe, if you don't need an oxygen tank, because that's gonna make it a little bit more difficult. Even if you're in a wheelchair or something like that. But I mean, like if you on like bed rest, we might need to like do a video. I'm just gonna keep it real with y'all. You know what I'm saying? But no, if you can walk, if you can talk, if you're able-bodied, if you got some money put away, or you are tenacious and you're a go-getter and can, navigate making sure you've got some funds, no, you're not too old. You're not too old to travel solo. I got a PDF coming out, ebook basically, and it is for the over 50, the 50 and over traveler. And this is specifically, the ebook is going to be geared towards women, because that age demographic finds themselves to be alone quite often, especially if they're starting all over. Empty nesters, newly divorced or never married, and you're like, okay, I know people do this, and I know men do this all the time, and I know these young people do it, but can I do it? So I've got a PDF coming out for you with a toolkit with a number of other things, including some FAQs. And here's some of the questions that I want to know. You guys hit me in comments and let me know if these are some of the questions that you ask yourself. Are you too old? Is solo travel safe for women over 50? Because men typically, I meet a lot of men out here, a lot of men who are over 50 and don't have a care in the world, never think about safety, except, if they're going to a place where they hear men are targets, which I should do a whole PDF for that, because from a woman's perspective, I can explain to you how not to be a target, right? If you want that, let me know in the comments. What if you have health issues? I kind of just talked a little bit about, limitations with health, but I think by health issues, people mean like mandatory prescriptions and things. Listen, depending on where you're going in the world, typically if you're over 50, you're probably going somewhere where other people already are, right? Where things are established. And as the years go on, as we progress and, you know, time continues to move, these places which once were not maybe fully equipped or infrastructure wasn't as great, these places are like really advancing. So to have the mentality that you can't get something in a place that 20 years ago you couldn't get something is sad to think that, knowing that advancement has happened. Sad to think that, knowing that a lot of times false information is shared to make sure that we don't explore and learn that there is another side of the world that we just are not being given access to. And sad that we won't Google it and find out for ourselves. Another question, will I get lonely? That falls in that line with I'm going by myself, I'm gonna be solo. What do I do if I don't have any friends? What if my husband, I'm married and my husband, because it's typically, I know someone's like, yeah, but what if the wife don't want to go? That's so rare, y'all, for people who travel. It's really rare for it to be the man who wants to go and the woman doesn't, at least in my experience. And maybe that's because I'm a woman and people naturally gravitate, but I'm going to tell you that my viewership is typically men. So I typically end up getting women as clients who want to start traveling and are looking to do it solo because maybe hubby doesn't want to do the trips, but he ain't stopping you from doing it. If that's you, get in my inbox, please. Let's do some one-on-one consultation. Or if you want to see if this is a fit for you, go ahead and grab my travel course, which is on bamj.teachable.com. All right, you guys, I'll leave it in the description as well. What's another question? Oh my God, do I have to learn the language? Because, y'all, I am trying to help you guys get beyond the American borders. And even beyond the North American border, we've got a couple countries south of the American border where English is the spoken language. Belize is one place. Panama they speak a lot of English in Panama. I don't think it's the official language though. Y'all, any other official language is English in the Americas? Not so much, but let me go ahead and tell you what other countries speak English. Kenya, South Africa, Singapore. And I will tell you, there are a number of countries where their official language is whatever their country's language is, but English is so widely spoken that it's easy to maneuver. So no, you don't need to know a language, but there's caveats to that. So I go deeper into that. I'm gonna skip through. I've got a whole I've got these FAQs in the toolkit too with answers. Okay. People who are looking to travel for more than a week, 3 weeks, a month. I have met some amazing people who have been on my YouTube following, and I've met some other people just being in the space of traveling around who are trying to figure out, well, how do I manage my stuff back home? That's a whole section. Like, what do you do with your mail? What do you do with, like you said, prescriptions? What do you do with your phone, your bills, your, different things like that? We can walk through those processes. How and why do I know? Because I've done it. I lived that life. I moved. I didn't technically move. I left the States and didn't come back, and had a house for 2 of those years when I left. 2 full years after I left. I had my house before I decided to sell it, and was maintaining everything. So I can really tell you positive, and I Airbnb'd it. So I can tell you positives and negatives, but at least I can tell you my experience, and then I can guide you on what to consider so that you can make the appropriate decision. Y'all should make an ebook about that or add it to the toolkit, huh? I'm gonna do that. All right. What about healthcare stuff? We kind of talked about that a little bit. Like, how do you get stuff? Where can you go? Oh my God, I gotta wait until I get back. What happens if something? Because a lot of people are, oh my God, but what happens if I fall? What happens if I get hurt? What happens if I? Well, you won't know unless you take the trip. You can't fall on the trip if you don't take the trip. You can't fall on the walkway up to the airport door to take your seat if you don't buy the ticket and go through TSA to walk up down the aisle in the anyway. You know what I'm saying? People want to know, how do I get housing? If I already got a house, I don't want to like keep loading my credit. Let's talk about that. Most places around the world don't do credit. I could tell you one in particular who was very close to U.S. systems, and that's South Africa. But honestly, most countries don't do that. They don't check jobs. They don't check history. They don't care. Come with 2 months rent for your security and your first month's rent. Get your lease. You're going to get your lease in the foreign language. You're going and request it in English. I don't care if you got Google Translate or not. No, you don't need an attorney. You don't need all of that. But you can reach out to people who are already in the community, who are partnering with some of these organizations that are, like your Century 21s, but they have them for the country that you're in. But you'll also find Century 21s and Remaxes and stuff like that all over the world. Keep in mind that they're independently owned. All right. So you can have the sources that you need to assist you. One of the things that I assist people with is neighborhoods, locations. I don't know every single unit, but I can tell you that I've probably stayed in more accommodations than most people that you know for their entire life. So, for example, I can go to, I think when I was in Kenya, I stayed in over 10 to 14 places, and I was there for 6 months. And that's because I wanted to stay in every area to scope it out. They got new condos and stuff, but you find out you gotta walk through what they call the slums to get to the main road. Or you gotta call Uber or whatever the case. They don't tell you all that when you're looking at these places, right? But I can tell you, I've got experience in things like that and can point things out when people say, oh, you can get a $350 apartment in Dar es Salaam, but you don't realize that you gotta be outside of a T1 line. They haven't started building out there, or there's no transportation, or you gotta have a car, or you need a driver, or finding out that most countries have drivers, most people have drivers. I mean, all of these things, y'all, this is what I'm here for. I can share all that kind of stuff with you. What to pack? I'm going to be actually in this next PDF, I'm going to be sharing with you guys a packing list for your stays, whether it's short or long, and regardless of where you're going, things that are important for you to take with you. Do you ever ask about banking? Do you ever ask where you should go? Do you ever ask about taxes? If you're going to be gone for more than a month, if you're planning on working somewhere, what's the rule? Because everybody's like, oh, just go and just work and it's okay. There's some things to consider. I'm not going to tell you yes or no to or not to do it. This stuff is so good. It's like, I just put it, this is Wrinkle Bounce from Seoul, Korea. Y'all know Korea got some good stuff, but it's like, it just illuminates, make my face just feel moisturized and juicy. Anyway, and then what are some of the things? I went over a long-term. Phone plans. People ask about that all the time. I'm kind of helping some people with that right now. Transportation, how to move around. Tomorrow I'll be actually taking a couple ladies to get their Thailand BTS SkyTrain card. so that they have a permanent card and don't have to buy a single pass each time, which you can do. Getting a single pass is very easy, which I showed them. They rode their BTS for the first time the other couple days ago. So showing you things like that and accessibility and how easy it is to move around, y'all, it's fantastic. So I just kind of wanted to open the door to those conversations. Rewatch the video. Please comment. Let me know what are some of the common questions that go through your mind that you and your friends have discussed, that you and your family, maybe even your family is like, don't be crazy, don't be doing that. And they have, you know, all these, well, what you gonna do? There's so many questions because I live this life. And this is my everyday kind of like, you know, experience. Sometimes these questions are fleeting. Like I don't necessarily even think about a lot of things anymore. So I really need your help to hear what you guys in 2026 are still kind of being combative with, like what's being thrown in your face, even, you know, on your own. What are some of the things that are really obstructing your ability to move forward, right? All right, if this video is for you and more travel stuff is for you guys, click that subscribe button. Please continue to follow me. Check out some of my previous videos, my playlist. If you are in your planning stages, go over to my bamj.teachable.com, grab my travel course and start going through that process. Make sure you subscribe, click that notification bell so you'll know when I post my next ebook that's coming out. And last but not least, you guys, anybody want to go to Vietnam? You've been wanting to go to Vietnam, don't know how to go to Vietnam. You also want to link up with me and you're like, how do I connect with Ali? You guys, next April 2nd through the 10th, I am partnering with Journey by Faith Travel. And we are putting together our first collaborated Vietnam experience, adventure, and it's going to be extremely fun, adventurous, but a little bit different from a number of the tours that you see every single day. And you are getting a guide who lived in Vietnam. We're going to hit the places that I have been to a number of times. I go to Vietnam almost every year. Like, I haven't been back this year, but I probably will be this fall. So, you listen, if that's a place that you wanted to check out or people have been talking about it, in addition to Thailand, because you always hear Vietnam and Thailand like synonymously, like in the same sentence, I can tell you differences about both countries, benefits of both countries. So hopefully you will check that out. Or if you're interested in that, please let me know, because we will be opening up that package for people, and it's only going to have 14 slots for the first trip. If there is more interest, we are going to create another trip for you, possibly. So don't wait, don't hesitate. Make sure you subscribe and click the notification bell so you at least get the information. All right, you guys, I'm gonna get out of here. You guys know the drill. Toodles and noodles. Peace and hair grease.